The protests against Pierre Nkurunziza's possible third term in power had been growing. Police, often seen as loyal to the ruling party, used tear gas and bullets against the demonstrators, but they struggled to contain them. And then on Wednesday afternoon, while Nkurunziza was out of the country, a senior army officer announced he was taking over.
President Pierre Nkurunziza has been relieved of his duties. The government has been dissolved. Permanent secretaries will have minimal duties in their ministries.
Then soldiers and military vehicles moved into the city centre to take control of key locations. Burundi's army is seen as neutral, and it's been popular among the protesters. Its soldiers have been on the streets during the demonstrations, but they've not joined in the violence. Minutes after the announcement from the army, hundreds of jubilant protesters came running into the centre too.
Now the president has to go. Whether he wants to or not, he has to go.
Some police units loyal to the president fired at the advancing demonstrators, but soldiers overpowered them. On this corner, people said this man was a member of the ruling party's militia dressed in police uniform. They said he tried to stop the advancing soldiers, but they killed him. A short while later, the army and crowds of protesters arrived in Place de l'Indépendance in the city centre.
Outside the building of RPA, the popular independent radio station that was closed down on the second day of protests, is now a crowd of protesters who are celebrating and cheering. As soon as the military officer who says he's now in control of Burundi made his announcement that he was taking over, the police here, we're told, locked the door with a padlock and ran away. Then soldiers came with protesters, smashed it open, and the radio came back on air almost instantly. So now it's many supporters gathered outside the radio building from where they broadcast, and there's a celebration going on.
Protesters and activists are happy the army stepped in. They thought they couldn't do it by themselves. Police helmets, or anything else to hand, did for trophies. The new military rulers say they'll restore democracy. Nkurunziza, who was meeting regional presidents in neighbouring Tanzania, has said he wants to come back. And people still don't know if or when all of this will lead to free, fair and peaceful elections. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Bujumbura.